Lahat yata tayo nasa magkakaibang lugar, ano? Parang kay Teacher Micah iba yung location niya ngayon. Ayaw, nakamute?
Nakaupo lang ako sa floor. Nagsisort ako ng mga gamit eh.
Okay. Si Teacher Eden naman, parang same location lang din, ano?
All the time.
All the time.
Nasa bed lang din. Pagtapos matulog ulit. O, di ba? Very convenient.
Wow.
That's a good idea.
I like that.
Small table ba? Pinatong ko lang sa bed. Wala kasing space for na malagyan ng working table kasi ang liit ng room na to.
Ako naman nagpunta ako dito sa Plokdeng, ano. So, dito ulit ako. And kaya ako ginawa to kasi naglolo ko yung laptop ko. So, yung pinasa ko kanina, biglang tumitirik, yung blue screen lumalabas. So, ayun. Pumunta ako dito dahil at least dito dalawa yung laptop, yung sa akin at saka kay girlfriend. So, meron akong backup. So, ayun. So, start na tayo. Patayin ko lang yung yung ilaw kahit na kasi madaling malobat. Yan. Okay, start na ba tayo or what?
Sige, go.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So, hanapin natin. Dito na pala. Okay. Who wants to go first? Ano ba tayo? By age? By height? Ano ba?
Oy, sabi mo, ikaw mauna ha?
Ay, ganun ba? Ay, sabi ko nga eh. So, kung di ako nagkakamali, ito yun, take-home exam. Nakalagay talaga sa title eh, take-home exam. Okay. Nakikita niyo na ba? Meron na ba? Ayan. Ay, tulog na. Ano ba yun? Okay, so differentiate between whole language programs and skills-based, objectives-based reading programs. What are the points of convergence and the points of departure? So 10 points. Okay, so similarities of whole language programs and skills, blah, blah, blah. Number 1, in whole language programs, the cueing system of language, phonology, orthography, morphology, etc., are always simultaneously present in any instance of language use. Similarly, sub-skill programs are designed to include an array of skills which may be broad and few, or specific and extensive. For whole language programs, language is for making meanings, for accomplishing purposes. Comparably, for sub-skill programs, it teaches reading skills that leads to behavioral objectives. Whole language programs have opportunities for sharing. Likewise, in sub-skill programs, teachers give direct skills instruction to pupils with emphasis on the match between skill, weaknesses. So, ayun. So, yung sa inyo, gusto nyo bang i-share? Or i-diretso ko na to? Kasi pag nilahat ko to,
Sir, maybe you would want to focus first dun sa reading program, yung sa parang final part.
Final part. Okay,
Yeah.
final part. Asan ba? Ito ba yun? Okay.
I think so.
So, literacy through reading for early primary school learners. Okay, so title literacy through literature for early primary school learners. Tesabanta, okay, this is my school. Ang project partner ay PW Inter Publishing Company. So, status quo. Basahin ko pa ba yung iba? Wag na, hindi na mahalaga. So, our overall objective is to spark the interest.
Hindi ko alam kung paano ko ginawa yun.
Ako rin di ko na maalala. To spark the interest of children in reading through literature. So, status quo, the books. The teachers use the books that were either donated by private schools or prescribed by the national government. Yes, these books can still be used and lessons can still be learned from it. However, private schools employ more foreign teachers. Their English lessons and books are in turn taught fully in English. That includes subjects like math, computer, and science. While the books from the national government have a one size fits all mentality, wherein the books used in big urban cities are also used in rural provinces. The books are currently the books we currently use are not applicable to our daily classroom realities. Okay. So one of one of the things na not applicable is the books that we have are not syempre giveaway lang. So yung isang set is like 30 but we have like several hundred students so not all can use it. So ano ba tawag dito? Parang kung ano yung ginagawa sa projector, yun din ang ginagawa sa libro. So yung room na merong projector, every other class uses it para lahat makagamit. So ganun din sa books. Since kakaunti lang siya. So every time na may reading class, next class na ulit, labas na ulit. So ganun lang, once a week, at least once a week. And those who are OC, pinapa-photocopy nila yung mga libro kung minsan and sa kasamaang palad hindi binabalik. So ayun. The teachers. So our teachers are well educated, trained, and flexible. However, they employ mostly rote learning. So yung kabisote, yung ganun lang. They would discuss the lesson for 10 minutes and have the class answer worksheets in their books. When finished, go to the teacher for pointers, make corrections on the worksheet, and repeat. So the equipment. We understand that the school has been using multiple choice tests with 15 and 25 items, midterm and finals respectively, since the school has opened a decade ago. So maigsi yung test. Kahit na midterm and finals, masyadong maigsi. These tests, while still gives statistics that provide grades for the learners, does not provide the necessary feedback the test is supposed to, with the school's aforementioned status quo. It wouldn't be a surprise when our contest statistics and overall student performance are not on par with neighboring schools. Okay, so ang napansin ko sa sarili kong gawa, it's not solely focused on literacy, reading. So pinaghalo-halo ko yung exams, equipment, teachers. Okay, wow. Ngayon ko lang na-realize. Okay, should I continue or
Sige,
gusto
go.
niyo mag-comment? Mag-comment naman kayo para ano naman.
Sige, continue po muna for me.
Okay. So our objectives to spark the interest of children in reading, to have the kids learn the value of teamwork, to give the kids confidence to read on their own, to inform students that language is written down as books. So the program, additional books, in conjunction with the existing books, storybooks or nursery rhymes will be introduced. One set per English teacher is enough. Titles like Humpty Dumpty, Little Red Riding Hood, and many more will stimulate their interest and improve their critical thinking at the same time. These titles are already known to students enrolled in private schools, so it is one of the objectives of this program to have the same familiarity and hopefully with our students. Okay, train the teachers. Our beloved teachers are either veteran teachers in their 40s or a neophyte in their early 20s. Most attend teaching seminars made for ties. Nothing wrong with that. However, as our school aims to reach the top 10 in local English language competitions, our teachers must attend seminars with foreign speakers. Our teachers will be exposed to new practices like blended learning, literacy programs, and many more. There are free and discounted seminars together with the very informative webinars. Some of those seminars are provided by PW Inter Publishing Company across the country, Thailand. Training for special needs learners introduces creating lessons that cater to students with different learning challenges, visual, oral, and others. Um, a little comment in our school, we don't have that, non-existent. If one student is falling behind because hindi siya makabasa ng matino, yes, he is given eyeglasses, but no special attention was given to him. So the parents decided to take him out to another school, and the exact same thing happened. Kasi in this area, wala kami special. What do you call that? Special needs school. Okay, special needs school. This will broaden the horizon and depth of understanding of our teachers to our multifaceted learners. A 15 a short 15-minute training for connecting the smart TV, computer setup, and TV detection would also mean that the smart TVs will not go unused. When I was still working in that school, we had like three or four television sets that is beside my table. So I forgot how many there are, but I those are big TVs. Instead of connecting them, since dadalawa lang or kakaunti lang, not all classrooms will be given. Para daw pantay, ayaw nilang i-install. So, ang ganda ng ganda ng logic. So, technology, the pieces of technology that was procured before were not purchased for show. These learning aids were from previous projects that have stalled because of lack of funding. This proposal needs little to no funding but needs enormous will of the teacher to take the time to learn how to do it. It also needs patience to learn how to integrate the technologies into their classes. Meron kaming na we the school purchased a book that reads itself. So merong ball pen, it's not an electronic pen that you scan the text and the pen will it has a small speaker, it will say what is in the book. So all the children have to do is just scan it and then they will repeat after it. Well, that is the idea. And then we tried to implement in our school. Well, since sabay-sabay silang nag-i-scan ng libro, hindi nila marinig yung pen. So, it's good for tutorials and maybe small classes, maybe 15 classes na magkakalayo. Wala pa yung pandemic nung nabili yung mga libro na yun. But sayang na it was a very good set of electronic books. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng ganun. So, literacy through reading. The Thai English language teachers have 2 hours of lesson of every section of every grade. Usually, a class starts with 10-minute lecture, one for each hour.
Nawala si Sir John.
Yeah.
Will it?
John, okay.
Yes. Ano ang nangyari?
Nawala ka.
Nadi-disconnect. Ay, ganun. Okay.
Hindi lang. Mm-mm.
Hindi ko kasi nakikita yung screen eh. Ito. Ayan, hindi ko nakikita to. Anyway, where was I? So these books or rhymes are pre-tested with readability index to make sure that learners from grades 1 to 3 will be able to understand them. The teacher will display the vocabulary words on his or her laptop connected to the smart TV. These vocabulary words are displayed along with a picture, either with a cartoon or an actual picture of the items, and the translation and pronunciation both in Thai. This translating practice is in regards to MTMLE. So, ayun, siningit ko. Are literacy programs that use that cater, mali pala yung grammar, to use to the local language as a bridge to be able to and a second language, English. The teacher will divide the class into three groups. Any students who are called upon for any participation is given either a trading card or a medal, depending on what the teacher can create. On the first game, have two volunteers from each group stand at the back of the classroom and will take a step forward for every correct replication of the words, only three at a time. That is read aloud three times by the teacher. On the second game, have a drawing contest with two kids from each group. Next is a spelling contest, again, two from each group. The teacher is then the teacher then reads a passage aloud twice using the wireless microphone from the story or poem. Walking around the classroom on a wireless mic keeps students at the back in check. All students will be asked to reread the passage together. A learner is paired with a more knowledgeable other, which medyo while the teacher walks around giving rewards to those he or she deems worthy. The first part of this class, vocabulary introduction and games, would have already consumed around 15 minutes. Part 2 are worksheets with a variety of content. It could be any you can't see me, trace me, find my way, and crossword worksheet, or a mix of all of it. One worksheet is to be completed by two students. The first seven pairs of students, half of the class, will get rewards. Completion of this worksheet reflects not only displays the learner's understanding but also how many of the class is able to cope up. Part 3 would be another set of games. Double-sided roulette with 8 slices will be used, made by the teacher. Slices 6 is too few, while 10 is too many. Front side has pictures, while the back displays the words.
Wala na naman siya. Sir?
Sir John.
Where are you? Wag mo kami iwan.
May issues po ang internet ni Sir John.
Ang ginagawa mo, Maika? Nagliligpit ng?
Ng mga libro po,
Ah,
pinahiram po ako ng friend ko ng mga libro. So, namimili po ako ng mga gusto kong hiramin for a long time.
ah. Hala, uy, matagal na ako hindi nakapagbasa ng book ba. Wala na talaga si
Ay.
Sir John. Iiwan na talaga tayo.
Ano po usually mga binabasa niyong libro, Miss Eden?
Dati nung medyo bata-bata pa ako, I always read like no, mga paperback, mga bata-bata pa talaga ako, mga love stories ba. Pero nung mga pero yung gusto ko yung series talaga kasi nasasad ako pag matatapos na yung story.
Like, tulad po ng anong klaseng series?
Yung mga series lang, for example, nung 15, 16 years old ako is yung mga series ng love stories ng ng family, for example. Tapos yung yung medyo mga mature na siguro, doon ako sa sa mga yung mga Sydney Sheldon na novels.
Oh.
Yung mga mystery, mga
Yeah.
thriller. Oo, na-enjoy ako sa ganun. Tapos, ano ba yung pinaka-last na binasa ko na? Yung mga Nora Roberts, 'di ba? Kasi Nora Roberts parang din siya, romantic thriller din siya, yung parang mga kiling-kiling din. Yung mga ganun na mga types of genre. Tapos, nung na, medyo may edad na ako, mga 20s, ganun. Nag-aano na ako ng more on self-help books.
Ah, okay.
yung mga purpose-driven life, tapos may binigay pa sa akin yung pare na Discovering the Loss of Life, yung mga ganun ba.
Hmm.
Pero ano, gusto ko pa kung magbasa ako, mas gusto ko talaga yung ano, thriller, tsaka yung mga crime. Gusto ko mag-solve no. Even sa ng mga movies, ganun yung
Oo,
mga
oo.
oo, sa'yo ba?
Mostly ang mga gusto ko ano eh, mga classics.
Oo, oo,
Ah,
mga classics din, oo.
yeah. Kasi yung mga bagong authors, medyo love-hate relationship ako with them eh.
Hindi ko
Feeling
nga
ko.
kilala yung mga bagong ano, mga authors, eh.
Oh, like ito, si Paolo Coelho.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I read that
I
thing.
kinda hate him,
Really?
but,
I also read that when I was very, very young, maybe 19, 20, 7, parang
mm,
ganung age.
yeah, naalala ko parang una kong narinig si Paolo Coelho, parang nasa college ako eh.
Tapos ang dami,
Um,
sikat siya that time eh, after lumabas yung The Alchemist. Tapos parang ang
mm,
dami, kasi parang sumikat siya talaga. So parang ano ba, yung parang nabanduigo na lahat ng mga books niya. Hindi
yeah.
naman lahat ng books niya talaga, but then parang some of his books parang nabasa ko na din yung like Zahar, yung ano, kasi yung Zahar it's ano eh, it's about journey din, self-journey din.
Mm-mm.
Mga iba pa niyang ano, tapos yung kay ano, yung isa ding sumikat na ganun, ganyan din ang genre, si yung Talking with Morris on Tuesdays.
Oh, Mitch
Which
album.
album? Oo, oo, oo.
Oh,
Sorry, naiwan mo
ito
kami.
yung itong friend ko may Mitch album.
I think nabasa ko din yan.
Hindi ko pa 'to nababasa.
Nabasa, marang ewan ko yung ilang novels niya ang nabasa ko. Yun nga, gano'n ako eh, yung parang parang kung ano, dati gano'n ako yung parang isang author, ano, binabasa ko.
Mm.
Yung mga series, for example, yung Divergent, The Hunger Games, gano'n na mga
Hmm.
series ba. Tapos, ano pa yung isa? Yung I Am Number 4.
Huh.
Yung
Yeah,
movie,
familiar.
yeah,
Alam ko yung movie. Oh.
yung movie na I Am Number 4, 9 books yun.
Wow.
Oh, nine books.
Grabe.
Kasi I Am Number 4, 9 sila.
Okay.
Oh, 9 sila. So, siya ang number 4, may number 1, may number 5, ganon. 9 sila na ano, from their planet na parang mga special child.
Hmm. Pero isang movie lang yung nagawa,
Isang
no?
movie lang yun. I think flop kasi ang movie na yun eh. Parang ano.
Oh.
So, hindi na nila nasundan. But then maganda naman yung ano, yung series. Tapos marami akong series na mga nabasa, mga bagong authors. Pero gusto ko din talaga yung mga classic like
Mm.
Green Heights, yung mga ganun ba, yung mga
Oo.
kasi yung binabasa ko when I was young, yung ano, mga classic na kasi yun, yung mga Mills and Boons
Yeah.
classic, tapos yung Tom Sawyer, yung mga Little
Mm.
Dickens, yung mga, tapos lately pala, nung siguro last years and last 2 years ago, na-fund ako sa ano, sa audiobook. So mga classic lahat yun, mga ano na pinapakinggan ko.
Mm. Alam mo, hindi pa ako nakakapakinig ng audiobook.
As in?
Kasi ano eh, gusto ko talaga yung parang may immerse ka talaga dun sa libro.
Sa libro, oo.
Oo. Feeling ko kasi pag audiobook, parang ang daling lumipad ng isip mo.
Oo, oo. Pero ginagawa ko lang yung audiobook 'pag nasa biyahe ako.
Ah,
Oo,
okay.
hindi naman ako kasi nung siguro mga 26, 27 kaka-graduate ko lang ng college kasi 25 na ako gumraduate tapos nag-work ako, parang ang travel time ko nun is 1.5 hour going to work.
Mm.
So, sa bus, ano, nag-aano ako, nag-audiobook ako ng Harry Potter even though ang madaming beses ko na siyang napanood, nabasa ko na rin siya ng couple of times, pero ayun
Mm.
yung ano, yung audiobook ko, first na audiobook na napakinggan ko. Tapos yung na ano ko yung Ember, ano niya? Sir John, hindi ka pa rin namin maririnig.
Ay, gano'n?
Ayun na
Akala
lang.
ko naman, eh, ano,
Ay, ayan po. Narinig ka na namin
Ayan
ngayon.
na. Iniwan mo kami. Ano, nasaan
nagloloko
ka
yung
na? Tapos
laptop ko talaga.
malapit na yung matapos ah.
Malapit na nga.
Yun nga. Kasi tinignan ko yung akin, sabi
Sabi
ko,
nila
hala, ang
ano 'to,
pangit pala ng akin. In-answer ko
hindi
lang yung
naman.
questions doon, hindi ko man in-edit.
Asan na ba? Nandito na sa part 3, ayan. Nakikita niyo na ba 'to?
Tapos na yung ano, hindi pa.
Wala pa.
Ah, wala pa?
Mm-mm.
Huh. To avoid mirroring, okey. Try again. Maganda yung pinag-uusapan niyo, mga audiobooks, mga pocket books.
Mm-mm.
Oo, kasi
Yeah.
nagliligpit siya ng book. So, yung mga, bumabalik kami sa may ano, nga yun? May reading journey.
Exactly. May
Oo,
sarili
mahilig ako sa
tayong
Reading
series
segment.
journey,
talaga. Tapos,
yan.
ay hindi ko lang nabasa yung ano, yung mga bagong series ni ano ba, yung Percy Jackson, yung mga ganun. Kasi feeling ko pang bata na yun.
Mm. Oo, yeah. Like, feeling ko talaga, para ma-appreciate mo siya, dapat you're at almost the same age para
Oo.
medyo similar yung experiences mo.
Oo. Pero kasi nabasa naman, familiar na naman din kasi tayo sa ano, yung sa, at, yung classic talaga na ano ba, Greek mythology ba? So, parang
Mm-mm.
additional lang yun. Siguro yung nasa call center ako yun, nagbabasa ako ng mga Nicholas Flamel, na mga series na bago din. Yung,
Mm-mm.
Sir, ano, nasaan ka na?
Nandito, I'm waiting for you guys.
Sige, go, sorry.
Go,
Okay, okay.
sir.
So, yung double-sided roulette with 8 slices will be used, made by the teacher. Slices is too few, while 10 is too many. Front side has pictures. Tapos na yata to.
Oo.
If the word side, the learner must draw. The next round uses a cube, empty bond paper boxes. So, 3 faces have pictures, while 3 have words. Similar to the roulette, write the word of for the picture or draw for a word for the correct answer. On the last part, the teacher, together with the class, slowly rereads the passage, depending on learner's skill, while pictures with English and Thai caption that represents part of the story are on screen. Lastly, a short cartoon version of the poem or story will be played. Flashcards can also be used in this game, but instead of is used who will then write or draw the answer. These lessons can be consequently done in the tech room if scheduling allows. This would mean the talking pens, headsets, and desktops will be utilized in place of the roulette and the cube or other game paraphernalia. So the school, with the cooperation of PW Inter, the schools will to push this program and the teachers consistently applying it permanently in their lesson will make a difference in our pupils' learning experience. With the PW Inter's books, our teachers don't have to scour the internet for resources, while their seminar will also provide in-service training to our teachers. If provided with transportation and accommodation, some or even all of our English department teachers can attend seminars that are scheduled in eastern provinces and cities, including Bangkok. So, evaluation, increase test items to 40 to 50 items for prelims and finals, respectively. The test must be a mix of the following: multiple choice, drawing, writing, short passage, of course, from the previous lesson, with 5 questions, and learners write their answer, matching type, modified true or false, and a few bonus items. Having this format ensures that the learners wouldn't resort to guessing the answer. The statistical results of the exam will have several purposes: what the learners remember, what the learners understand, and what part of the lesson can be revised or removed. Okay, so that's it. Guys, hello?
Yep,
Ayun,
I'm here. We're here.
akala ko disconnected ako. Okay. Any
No.
violent comments? Violent
Violent
reactions?
talaga, no?
Tinitignan ko po yung mga ano to? Yung sa core reading na diniscuss ko. Like, ano yung
Mm.
kailangan ng mga parameters na i-check mo. So
Mhm.
far, wala pa naman po ako nakikitang reason for violent reaction. I guess mayroon po ba kayo nabanggit for decoding?
Decoding. Parang wala.
Apo. So parang mostly for comprehension.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Ano nga yung target na ano mo, sir, learner?
Target learner, balikan ko lang ah. Grades 1 to 3, primary school.
Mm.
Tapos sir, yung mga recommended niyo po na books, varying po ba yung genre niya?
Recommended books.
Mm.
Actually, I have none. Kasi ano lang, donated lang yung mga libro sa amin.
Oh, okay.
Mga purita lang kami.
Yan po yung sa previous school niyo, no?
Oo. Nakangiti si Teacher Eden, ba't kaya?
Di kasi sabi ni ano ni Ria, how many are you tonight? Sabi ko, the best three.
Of
Natatawa ako sa...
course.
Ano, oo. Teka muna,
I
ha?
guess okay sir, yung ano niyo po, yung recommendation niyo po to have something for children with special needs. Because I think na that's really something that a lot of schools are lacking.
Actually, yes.
Mm-mm.
Baliktad.
Kasi, hmm?
Baliktad ka ako. We don't have it.
Yeah,
I
oo.
don't I don't have it. So
Mm-mm.
I wish that I would have included it, pero yun nga,
Mm-hmm.
not enough resources to do that.
Yeah. Oh, pero at least it was something that you were able to see na kakulangan kasi I feel like yun nga, a lot of schools are not even aware na
Mm-mm.
meron silang discrepancy in that area.
That's true.
Yeah, so no violent reactions from me, Miss Eden.
Ako ano na ako, first is yung good thing na ano ko na napansin ko is yung gawa mo is very ano, yung parang ang gawa mo nga is yung parang same ng format nung nasa reading test. Yung iniisa sa ba the school, the assessment, the ganun. Kasi
Mm-mm.
akin sinunod ko lang yung question tapos answer. Oh, that's a
Okay
good
lang
thing.
yun.
I-develop ko, 'di ba? I-develop natin 'to. So I will just recreate this one. Hindi ko kasi ma-open yung Word ko kaya hindi ko maano. Ang inopen ko ngayon ang PDF file ko. So anyways, tapos based sa yun nga yung napansin ko din is yung parang focusing more of the class itself ba yung ginawa mo is ano yung structure ng class, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Tapos, ano pa yung structure ng klase, tapos yung sa structure ng klase is all of them must go through with that kind of structure, di ba? So, siguro one more lang na ma-add is, I think, bigyan ng like differentiation yung 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 lesson for our activities for kids. Maybe different kinds of worksheets siguro for differentiation or different kind of activity, something like that, or differentiation. And
Na
yeah.
nag-focus kasi ako sa games. So, if you guys noticed,
Yeah,
mas
but
marami
actually
yung
it's
games.
really good. It's actually good to have those kinds kasi 'di ba ang mga bata ngayon is more on na kinesthetic learners na sila. So when you do that, they mostly like remember, and madali nilang ma-familiarize pag you are associating it with their playtime or something like that. And that's really good. Um, ano pa yun? And I think yun lang naman siguro.
Napansin ko yung sinabi ni Teacher Micah, yung recommended books. Dapat nga siguro nag-recommend ako kasi kung ano lang yung dinonate sa amin, we want to use it as much as ano ba yan? As much as possible. Natawanan ako. As much as possible.
Pero ano
Kasi
lang naman sir, yung like, I mean siguro ang nagets ko sa sinabi ni Mike is yung ano ba yung klaseng book ang meron kayo, yung ano ba siya, even though it's donated, pero yung genres niya ba, halo-halo ba? Or various ang types niya ba from fiction to non-fiction, yung mga ganun ba?
madalas sa mga libro nila ay English versions ng Thai folklore. So, ayun. Medyo
Okay.
nahihirapan akong magturo pero ang mahalaga, familiar na yung mga bata doon sa
Yes, sa culture,
sasabihin ko.
sa
Kasi
context
connected
nila.
sa
Yeah.
kanila eh.
True. I think yun naman
Since
yun.
ang side effect lang kasi most of the books yung halimbawa sa Romeo and Juliet, mag-search ka lang online, ang dami ng pictures. Yung sa kanila dahil localized, walang gaanong picture, walang gaanong animation. So hirap maghanap ng doon ko nakukuha yung attention nila sa mga short animations
Yes,
or mga
yes,
pictures.
true.
Without that, nakikita nila yung sang katerbang text, parang gumaganon sila.
Oo, mahihimatay na sila.
Yes. So yun yung iniiwasan ko.
Yun nga, true. Ano pa? Ano pa yung napansin mo, sir, sa gawa mo?
Napansin ko yung mga grammar lapses.
Kaya mag-grammarly ka na.
Habang binabasa ko, nare-realize ko parang mali yata yun.
Oo,
Dapat
kaya
or.
importante ang proofreading.
Nakakaano eh.
Saka
Natitigilan ako eh.
pre-read talaga, importante yun. Kasi feeling mo perfect na yun, di ba? Kasi na-proofread mo na, tapos pagkaano pala, hindi pala.
Inano ko pa siya yung text to speech para pakikinggan ko. Wala eh. Hindi mo rin masyadong marirealize kasi busy ka, may ginagawa kang iba. So, parang ganun lang din.
True.
Share.
Ginawa ka bang sir, yung review of related literature sa na yan?
Review of related literature. Tignan natin. Parang wala yata eh. Parang wala.
Meron ba yun, Micah? Sa Di ba meron yun sa
Oo, meron. I think meron ako. I'll check later.
References lang.
Wala ko nga, hindi ko nga nalagyan ng references pero meron ako yung mga
Ako rin.
Kasi wala naman siyang
pinasa
sinabi.
ko.
Wala din siyang sinabi doon na kailangan reference. Hindi ko na nalagyan.
Oo. Ako nung pinasa ko to, as in, parang 30 minutes na lang. Kaya,
Ako din. Kaya,
sobrang bara-bara din yung sa akin.
Oy, appear tayo dyan. Ewan ko nga kung 13 minutes or on time talaga yun. Kasi ganun ako magpasa yung to the latest, ano na talaga, to the latest
Oo.
deadline na talaga.
Oh my God, me
Um,
too.
yeah, hindi ako nag
Kaya, kung may grammatical lapses sa'yo, Sir John, I'm pretty sure lalo sa akin. Because
Oo.
I don't even think na proofread ko yung sa akin.
True. Ay, nako. Ano naman. Ang
Ano,
haba
game
nung
na.
mga ano, ang haba nung mga theoretical kasi naano ko sir, kasi nung nag-scan ako, ang haba nung mga theory ano ko, RLL ko. Tapos
Hmm.
nung sa actual na medyo umikli na umikli.
Ay,
Wala na yung English.
baliktad.
Nawala na ng English, nawala na ng masabi. Pero ewan ko kung ilang page to. 11.
11 pages yung sayo?
Grabe
Pero
naman yan.
kasi hindi, pero kasi kinapi ko yung mga ano, yung mga for example, o one page yung ano niya, yung instructions niya ba? Hindi ko kasi dinilit yun. Parang 2 pages yata yun yung mga instructions niya lahat-lahat. So, i-ano na natin, i-sum up na natin ng 9 pages ang akin.
Oh my God.
O, game na, game na.
Ako na ba? Ako na. Excited ba?
Sige, Miss
Ay,
Eden.
Alpha.
nahiya kasi ako. Ay, naku. Sige na nga.
Hala,
Nahiya kasi ako. Ewan ko paano ba 'to, wait.
mahihiya pa. Tatatlo lang tayo.
Ay,
Ayun, oh.
oh, eto, 'di ba, L exam. This lang, tagal na pala
Ayun.
nito 'no? So,
Ayun.
ayun, first is differentiate between whole language programs. Kasi ito yung ano ko, yung pinili ko, yung ano, whole language programs and ob skills objectives based reading programs. Ayan, teka muna dito ako magbasa. Ayan. So, ayan, the reading program is a series, kasi ano na yan, hindi na ako magbasa ng ano, ng RLL. Basta ito na yung ano, in the context of debate within whole lang, ano, RLL lang yan lahat dyan, kaya mahaba yung, sabi ko sa inyo, mahaba yung RLL ko eh. Tapos, ito na yung, ano ko, yung parang content ko na makikita natin mamaya. Yung, ginawa kong curriculum. Ito yon yung sa ano, Asian International School, sa Spotlight on Literature na book. Tapos, learning materials, instructions, and strategies are especially the right information geared teachers how to deal with students differences cater to what they need as what are Ricio and Cabrero. I think nabasa ko tong Ricio and Cabrero first ano natin. So, ito na yung part B, ito na yung ano natin, yung task natin, 'di ba? Yung description of the program, theoretical basis, goals and objectives, curriculum and instructional materials to be used, assessment processes and tools, professional development for teachers and staff, administrative support needed for the program, and monitoring and evaluation of the program. So, ang title ng proposed program ko is Reading in Tandem at the Asian International School for Asian High School Grade 6 to 9 ESL Learners. Yan, grade 6 to 9. Middle school pala. Yun, hindi pala yun. For Asian High School pala. Pero then, ang target ko is grade 6 to 9. So, description of the program. The Reading in Tandem reading program is designed to answer the call of change and to comply with the standard of the Council of International Schools for the accreditation as CIS has been seeking to be accredited in the past years and becoming regular member of the CIS UK. The first change that the school was made to elevate the curriculum in almost all the subjects in the international program to pass the standard of the Council's principles, which focuses on global citizenship through international education and intercultural perspectives. It is worthy to note that AIS is using the traditional language arts curriculum by Stidwig and Simpson. That is, the ALA curriculum at AIS focus on individual subjects of reading, listening, writing, and literature. So yun, lima yun. And then, yan. Ito, dalawang books kasi ang inano ko. Yung first is yung Spotlight on Literature na ginamit sa literature subject. At saka, yung book ng itong Edge. Itong Edge is ano to, sa National Geographic Learning. Yung sinasabi ko, nabanggit ko din dati na ano, na books nila yung ginagamit namin. Kasi nga 'di ba maraming ano doon, varieties of stories na nabanggit ko na iba-iba halo-halo. But mostly non-fiction na yung ano doon. At least nababalance siya doon sa ano yung sa Spotlight on Literature kasi mostly classic fiction kasi yung ano nandoon sa ano namin sa Spotlight on Literature. Yun. Tapos, critical basis, ayan na yung RRL. Ano ko na lang ha kasi goals and objectives na tayo. As we go further towards kasi mahaba yung ano RLL. As we go further towards principled eclecticism, both explicit teaching, instruction, and student-centered approach in learning classrooms are transformed into a dynamic place which focuses mainly to elevate students' independence by designing and implementing activities where students have realistic experiences which they will take personal responsibility in building significant knowledge and improving the quality of their learning in this program. Students will read and comprehend a wide range of fiction and nonfiction in grade appropriate materials, write clear and concise essays that support thesis with evidence and convey information from primary and secondary resources. Understand the complexities of issues through reading, writing, discussion, and oral and multimedia presentations. Think critically in solving problems and in completing challenging group and individual projects and assignments. Communicate clearly and coherently in writing and orally within a wide range of styles. So, paki-comment lang ako guys sa ano, do you think it's feasible the objectives that are written here for grade 6 to 9?
Nasaan na ba yun?
Ayan, number 1, read and comprehend a wide range of fiction and non-fiction in appropriate materials. In grade appropriate materials. Yun yung first.
Miss Eden, dun sa number 2, yung write clear and concise essays, yung evidence, do you mean like they have to do research?
No, text evidence from the story
Oh,
ba? Mm-mm.
okay.
Mm-mm. So, dapat may text evidence no ganon. Yung
Mm-mm.
when you analyze, 'di ba, dapat may text evidence anyan.
Mm-mm. Dito sa complexities of issues, anong like what do you mean by that? Anong
Ah,
issue?
understand the complexities of issues through reading like. Yung I think siguro yung iniisip ko yung theme ba kasi 'di ba in one story, maraming theme 'yon. Maraming theme 'yon tapos nagiging ano na complex na yung for example if depende sa story kung gaano siya
Mm-mm.
kasi for example sa ano namin sa grade 12 yun sa grade 9 na lang yung ang grade 9 kasi namin meron yung The Lady or the Tiger.
Not
The,
familiar.
la- the Lady or the Tiger. Yung may one man na yung na in love siya sa princess. Tapos ayaw ng king. So ang way of punishment ng king is yung ano papipiliin yung man ng ano ng door. So behind the door is the lady and the other door is the tiger. So kung mapipili mo yung ano, yung lady, that means you're not guilty. So you will marry the lady. And then if mapipili mo yung tiger, that means you are guilty. So kakainin ka ng tiger.
I see.
Oo. So if we look at it, it's still a punishment kasi nga even if mapipili niya yung lady kasi 'di ba hindi niya yung lady, yung love niya is yung princess there.
Mm-mm.
Yung parang mga siguro ganung ano.
I
Okay ba yun?
see.
Or i-reward lang to or something, no?
Yeah, I guess probably complexities of the theme.
Okay. Copy that. Pero hindi ko siya may edit. Ma-edit ba siya?
I don't know.
Kung meron kang
PDF
PDF editor,
I-ano ko na lang,
kailangan mo ng PDF editor. Ayan, notes, ayan.
notes ko na lang. First, ano nga yung theme? Theme instead of issues. And then, sa dito, Micah, ano nga yung text evidence, no?
Mm-mm.
Text evidence should be text evidence. Ayan. So, ayan. So, ano pa? Etong 4 and 5, feeling ko hindi siya achievable sa ano, grade 6 to 9.
Yung 5. Para sa akin, ano yung 5.
Yung 5 naman, sir, for me is more, ano siya, kasi yung sa school namin, ang galing ng mag-English ng mga bata at ano grade 6, grade 7, grade 8. Magaling kasi yung school namin. Sa kasi may ano na sila, English na kasi talaga sila since grade 1.
Mm.
Oo. So magaling ang pero feeling ko itong ang 4, think critically in solving problems. Mas
Miss Eden, feeling ko, doable tong dalawang to, even yung number 4. Kasi
mm.
like considering grade 6 to 9 would be
Mm.
like 12 to like 15-year-olds, right?
No, no,
Yeah.
no. Grade 6 is oh yeah, 12 to 16.
Mm-mm.
Grade 6 is
I
12.
think they have enough maturity to
Mm.
understand more complex problems. Pero I guess I don't know. I feel like it has to be a bit more specific. Like,
Mm.
what kind of problems and how do you quantify a challenging project?
Okay.
Like,
So,
siguro ano lang, medyo vague lang siya.
yeah.
Pero, I guess if you're gonna think about yung level for appropriate for 12 to 16, I think it's okay.
Mm. Ah, and challenge.
Talagang may notes.
Oo, kasi iaano natin 'to, charot. Gagawan ko kasi 'to ng ano, malay mo magamit natin 'to in the future, 'no?
Mm-mm.
Tapos ito naman, ito kasi alam ko feasible 'to siya, pero ito is yun nga kasi tinatanong ko kung ano siya, feasible, ano naman siya, possible naman siya na ma-gets ay ano ng mga student ko, pero on the right ano ba, yung mga worksheets na yung engagement activity nila ba na
Mm-mm.
scaffold mo talaga siya so that they can also sana create a project or whatever it is na kailangan nilang i-accomplish at yung parang summative ano nila ba, culminating activity in
Mm-mm.
that reading ano.
Yeah.
Oo. So thank you so much, Micah. Sir John, do you have any other violent reactions? Ah. So, yun. At saka, yun, ito na curriculum and instructional materials to be used. So, first one is yung sa EDGE. Ito yun yung sa sample unit. Di ba yung napansinan, yung nabanggit mo yata yun, Micah, is yung mga samples nila sa books is, ano nga yung sinabi mo na parang not enough to, tawag nito, to choose or to decide if samples lang yung pagbabasihan natin.
Mm-mm.
But then dito kasi nabasa ko na kasi yung whole book pero yung sample lang ang nilagay ko diyan. Pero yung whole book kasi hindi ako maka-access ng online kasi 'di ba may bayad.
Oh, yeah. Oo.
Oo, kaya sample lang yung nilagay ko diyan. Alam niyo naman yung mga
That's
business
okay.
business is business, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Assessment processes tool. So ito na yung kinds of assessment ko. Syempre, ito yon, formative in-class assessment as presentation of knowledge and ideas. This assessment actually dapat inano ko kung anong assessment dito. To gather the data for this assessment, students are required to have their folder or organizer as they must keep all the written assignments here wherein the teacher's feedback is clearly stated at each of the written tasks or individual projects of the student. With this assessment, the teacher can give feedback to the learners during shared activity and recognize learners' strengths and weaknesses during the guided and independent activities. They may come as questioning or a performance output of the learners. So, okay naman siya, no? But I don't think it's yung kung tatamad-tamad yung teacher ba.
Wala na.
Pero ako kasi, actually talaga, honestly, tatama rin akong mag-check ng portfolio nila. Pag yung ako na lang mag-check, pero pag nasa ano sila, parang pag nasa group activity sila, kaya ini-encourage ko sila na mag-ano talaga, mag-ask sa akin ba mga clarifications. Kasi doon ako nagbibigay ng feedback, tapos sinusulat na nila yon. Tapos, kaya pag nagsasabi na sila ng portfolio sa akin, check lang ako ng check na lang. Hindi ko na binabasa minsan. Ayun, so assessment as learning. Inano ka kasi itong assessment as learning, assessment of learning, tsaka assessment for learning dito. Diniscuss ko yon. So students' reflection is an important factor in students' learning. So this to address this is necessary to employ assessment after each session to rate students' learning of the topic. Each lesson, a teacher prepares a questionnaire and distribute to learners so that they can rate their learning. This is also very ano for me. Another form of learning. This one here is parang very idealistic din siya for me. Kasi hindi naman ako for me hindi kasi ako nagdi-distribute ng ano. Ang ginagawa ko lang is nawala ulit si Sir John. Ang ginagawa ko lang is yung a-ask lang ako, what are the 3 things, yung parang exit pass lang nila ba? What are the 3 things that you can still remember at the end of the lesson? So magsusulat lang sila sa libro nila or sa notebook nila yung mga 3 bagay na naaalala nila on that particular lesson. So kaya itong yung questionnaire dapat talaga when we do this like reading program, nakalatag na yung yung mga worksheets, mga questionnaires for this program ba. Para na lang yung teacher magbibigay na lang, and then ayun. So evaluation sa assessment of learning, ayun, the last part of the assessment is the summative kind. Students will take the course throughout the entire academic year to measure students' progress made. This course will include 2 achievement tests, midterm and final in each semester, accounting for the assigned percentage of overall course grade. So ito yung nila. Sinunod ko lang yung program ng school namin. But then ang actually ang ito, I don't know, iniba ko lang pala kasi sa school ang grabe, ang midterm exam nila 30%, ang final exam nila 30%. So ang formative test nila may nakukuha na lang na 40%. So kaya ang ginawa ko dito ayan, mas nilakihan ko yung formative assessment nila. Kasi hindi 'di ba sa formative assessment kasi natatap mo yung different kinds of multiple intelligences, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Whereas sa midterm and final exam is yung people,
Written language lang yun.
written language lang yung nila, tas yung memorization gaano ba kadami yung naalala nila in that time. So hindi talaga siya, kaya ginawa ko itong 50% na project-based and performance-based individual and group work. Ito talaga yung sa formative dun sa tsaka ito na attendance and discipline. Kasi sa amin dyan, classroom discipline 20%, tas attendance 10%. So ano na lang matitira doon sa formative assessment?
Exactly, oo.
Ayun. So, ayan.
Nawala pala ulit si Sir John.
Oo, nawala siya.
Ayan
na, bumalik na siya. Ano na, sir? Hindi ka na nakaabot doon sa Ito yung ko, Yung, ang tawag nito? Nakalimutan ko. Course grades? I don't know. Tapos, ito, professional development for teachers and staff. Academic achievement and professional experiences of the teaching force are necessary to be qualified, of course. of course, being a licensed, not naman licensed, but at least na may ano ka na, naka ano ka ba, foundations ka ng education, yung ganon. Constant professional development is equally important to give them appropriate knowledge on how to address the needs of the target learners and achieve the literacy goals of the program. Hence, teachers need extra support to learn effective practices. Thus, seminars and workshops should be conducted twice in an academic year. The first professional development training will be given in the literacy coordinator coach prior to the implementation of the program to walk teachers through the workarounds of the curriculum content. This professional development training is necessary to be attended by each facilitator or teacher. The second PD is suggested to be conducted by an expert in the field, for example, like this. To enrich the literacy team's instruction strategies, the training will primarily revolve around the love of language. Charot. May wala akong language pang nalalaman. Administrative support need for the program. Okay, ito na. The school must ensure that the teaching enables all students to gain access to the curriculum and to have the opportunities for success in their learning relative to their abilities and facilitating by the following. Actually, ginaya ko lang to kasi ang school kasi namin, hindi sila nagbibigay ng curriculum dun sa sa students. Yung other schools like American International School, may binibigay talaga sila na parang kumbaga pa college. Yung sa atin ba, prospectus sa college. Mm-mm. So, yun, nagbigay ako dun sa mga student ko. Pero the rest of the, na mga subjects, hindi nila yun naiisip na lagyan ng ganun. Parang hindi pa nila na yun. Kung hindi pa sinabi ng CIS na kailangan may access sila sa curriculum ang mga bata, hindi pa nila yun gagawin. Parang, so kailangan talaga siguro ang admin, they have to also have yung, di ba kasi sa mga principal natin, education talaga. May education degree talaga, tas nagma-masters tsaka PhD na lang. Ang nangyari kasi dito sa school namin is, yung principal namin, businessman talaga siya. I don't know if may siya teaching degree. So, kaya ganito ang nangyayari sa school namin. So anyways, number 2, senior leaders ensure all teachers have access to extensive training in differentiation to help all their students make progress and meet with success relative to their current abilities, building on their prior knowledge and past experiences. 3, encourages cooperation in both teaching staff and parents, guardians in resolving student problems and addressing their needs. This is also a very problematic situation in our school kasi most of the parents talagang hindi nakakapag-English. Tapos wala silang PTA.
Oh, okay.
Wala silang PTA. So, ang nangyayari sa school namin, pag ang isang student, pag isang parent may reklamo, directly siya pumupunta sa manager.
Ay?
Ganon. Oo, wala silang PTA, wala silang ganon, tapos wala nga silang like parents, yung parang parents, di ba may parents day? Yung mga ganon. Wala silang ganon, kaya yun yung nilagay ko dito. So number 4, students are evaluated and assessed that ensures proper referral to specific programs as well as continuous monitoring. Ito yung Maika, sinasabi mo recommendation for like specific students are evaluated and assessed ensures proper referral specific programs, continuous monitoring, evaluation. Hindi ko lang siya na specify.
Yeah.
Oo. Kasi sa amin talagang ang dami-dami talagang special needs na mga students na hinahalo lang nila sa sa mainstream classroom.
Yeah.
Ganon
Thank
dito
you.
sa amin. So yun yung dapat i-specify ko ito dito, no. Yung referral slip ba to kasi tas ipo-pull out sila and have their own intervention or remedial classes. Oo, so dapat i-addition siya dito. Students. Teka lang ha, students with specific needs. Have remedial and intervention. Ayan na. Ay, ganun pala yun. So, monitoring and evaluation of the program. Every program needs assessment and evaluation every end of the academic year to ensure the effectivity of it. The teacher's experience, observation, and interaction of the program must be gathered to validate the program. If and when necessary, parts of the program must be changed, some parts must be strengthened. Store records, teachers' classroom observation must be kept for the record to be made to the stakeholders. For this program, evaluation does not happen only once. Regular discussion and catch up sessions are still done. Video recording will still be practiced for some classes for documentation purposes, keeping assessment records, resources. Instructional materials and other related outputs are needed as part of the documentation for this program. Ayun na. Kasi ang school namin, nag-ano sila, they have, I think, twice a year, nire-record nila yung mga teachers. Aside from the observation, pero wala namang effect yung observation namin. Yun lang, may ano lang, may video recording lang sila twice a year for us. So, yun yung the end of my story. Oh, program pala.
Story talaga eh, no?
Thanks, Miss Eden.
So ano na, hindi ko pala siya na-check. Balikan ko yun. Ano na, nung ma-comment nyo dyan, very ano ba siya? Very vague, idealistic. Yung parang malaki ang scope, ano ba? Feeling ko ganun.
I think idealistic siya in a way na baka in terms of resources, time and material resources, baka mahirapan yung administration to provide. Pero yun, depende rin talaga sa school. If they have the resources, why not?
Ayan.
Yung sa akin naman yung sabi mo yung manager or parang principal ng school mo eh businessman, right? So I don't know him, but if kung iisipin ko para sa I will imagine him to be similar to Donald Trump. Not, I mean in the way of puro business, hindi siya nagko-concentrate sa education, he's concentrating on profits.
Mm-mm.
So is it true?
Talaga.
Okay. So well, it's a business. I guess for him it's just business, it's not for education. But at least maganda yung business niya.
Oo, ano kaya kami? 6 campuses.
Wow.
Kaya ang ano namin from primary school to high school, ang population is 9,000.
Tsaka napansin ko yung sabi mo, wala silang PTA. Oo nga, no? Dito kasi merong PTA eh.
May PTA, but it's not the initiative of the school. Takot sila dun. Na may PTA lang because the parents are making it.
Parang nire-require nila, parang gusto nila ng ganun.
Hindi yung requirement ng school.
Oh.
Nag-initiate lang yung parents to know ba yung mga ano nila, whereabouts ng kids nila, same ba sila ng mga experiences, yung mga ganun.
Tapos makilala din. Para makilala din yung mga teachers, hindi rin.
Wala talaga, separate entity. It's a separate entity. It's like union sa isang company.
Ay, ganun.
So parang nakikwentuhan lang yung mga parents na sila.
Oo, ganun. Tapos magsa-sign up lang sila kung baga pa para sa atin ba gumawa lang tayo ng group chat just to ano.
Yeah.
Ganon.
I see.
Ganon dito. Kaya, very ano talaga siya. So, I think, ang na-understand ko sa reading program na dapat gawin pala natin is like, for example, yung kay Efren sino yun? Efren Pina Florida, yung na hero of
Oh
the
yeah. Oo.
yun
Hmm,
siguro yung
hindi ko nga maalala yun.
yung Kariton,
Efren.
Kariton.
Oo.
Yung may gusto kay Angel Locsin.
Oo.
Ah, oo nga.
Oo, naalala ko na.
Oo, yun. Yung pero maano lang yun, maliit lang din yung scope niya, 'di ba? Pero siguro gano'n siguro yung ano tsaka yung mga sinasabi ni Maika na mga reading programs na diyan sa internet na makikita natin 'no.
Mm-mm.
So, parang kumpleto talaga yung mga materials, mga ano doon, worksheets, questionnaires, gano'n, gano'n. To ano na lang, to use for the school. Yun,
Mm-mm.
magiging feasible
Okay.
siguro 'to
Thanks.
'pag ano, 'pag, marami na akong knowledge na na-acquire. Ayan, thank you for listening. So, ngayon ka ba, Maika, or kayong dalawa na ni Miss Rhea sa Friday?
I'm not sure. Um, do we have energy to continue?
I have. I have. Go, go, go.
Ako rin.
I also have energy, but my
Yeah.
laptop is giving up.
Don't give up.
Maikli lang naman yung sa akin eh.
Sige, go, go, Maika.
So, yeah.
Bigla-bigla na lang yung laptop ko, but go ahead.
Okay. So nasa iPad ulit ako. So, please bear with me.
Okay yan, mas okay ang iPad mo.
Ayun.
Ayan, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. So yung reading program ko, I proposed it for grade 3 students. So, just a short description. This program uses a balanced approach to teaching reading that takes strategies from both the whole language approach and the skills based approach for the reading instruction of students in the third grade. So, dito sa theoretical basis ko, ang mga hinanap ko usually na resources ay to support yung dalawang approaches that I chose, yung combination ng whole language approach and skills-based approach. I guess I'm just gonna read one sentence from each paragraph and then just explain. So,
Okay.
according to a statement by Noonan in 2008, there never was and probably never will be a method for all. So, that's why, katulad nung diniscuss ko, I think last week, um, principled eclecticism is really important for teaching. Kasi you always have a different population of students, and then the teacher is always different as well, and the environment and the culture is different. So you cannot make just one core program and hope that it's going to work for everyone. And then in terms of, let me see. Yeah, so besides the two aforementioned approaches, it is important to take other theories into consideration when it comes to creating a balanced view of reading development and subsequently reading instruction. So I looked into schematoplay and then psycholinguistic theory. Yeah. So I think by now, alam niyo na na sobrang lakas ko na proponent ng sociolinguistic and psycholinguistic theories.
True.
And so, of course, I included that here. Then, in terms of goals and objectives, so I have um, like a bigger umbrella of goals, and
Very
then
Mhm.
specific. Mm-mm.
mga more specific na mga objectives.
Okay.
So, like, improve the cognitive competencies of phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and text comprehension. And then, everything that follows, dito pumasok yung sa skills-based. So, you would
Mm.
see lahat ng mga specific na skills that are supposed to be developed under each of those skills that I have mentioned in sa umbrella. And then for number two, improve integrated learning competence involving the use of both traditional and digital materials. So, dito naman, yung approaches that I've combined, yun nga, yung traditional and digital materials. Yeah, so in terms of traditional, of course, yung mga familiar na tayo, probably yung mga ginamit natin nung tayo pa yung nag-aaral. And then, yung digital materials, of course, yung mga ginagamit na ng mga students natin now. And finally, increase motivation and appreciation for texts, which vary in nature and purpose. So, for this one, dahil nga dun sa psycholinguistic theory, it's very important, yung motivation, it's very important for the student. So, um, yung alam nga natin ng mga affective, um, what do you call this? Like, affective factors na nakaka-apekto dun sa learning and reading skills ng mga bata. That's very important to take into consideration.
Mm.
And then curriculum and instructional materials to be used. So in terms of this, I focused on yung word reading and comprehension. Um, so ito yung mga, what do you call this, requirements. What I mean by that is, ano yung requirements na maituro nung materials dun sa mga
Mm.
bata. So again, it's just an extension nung
Mm.
mga goals na I listed down earlier. Um, so yeah, there's comprehension, and then for both word reading and comprehension objectives, the following instructional materials could be utilized. So wala akong sinuggest na materials that would only work for word reading or would only work for comprehension. So like we know that there's a dearth of materials out there in the world na whichever yung goal that we want to be able to achieve, it's gonna be available. And yung mga nabanggit ko before, like yung Twinkle, and then Teachers Be Teachers, and then Boom Cards, even though, like what I've experienced is that kahit wala akong makita na appropriate for what I need, I can also make my own.
Mm.
And then
Mm.
besides that, I could make my own, and then I could even sell those. So,
True.
yeah, for me, there doesn't need to be a distinction between whether you're going to use a traditional or a digital material, whether it's for word reading or comprehension. And then for assessment processes and tools, so yung mga nilagay ko dito na mga important are screening assessments, diagnostic assessments, progress monitoring assessments, and outcome assessments. So when I looked at a lot of reading programs, a lot of them focus on progress monitoring assessments. So like yung formative, and then outcome assessments. So like summative assessments. Pero very few of them actually mention anything about screening or diagnostics.
Mm. Mm.
So, kasi for me, in this curriculum, it's going to take into consideration the possibility that some of the students who are gonna come in into the system are not going to be at par with the other students.
Mm.
So it's very
Mm.
important that
Oo
first,
nga.
yeah, so first you screen them. So screening is a way of briefly checking sino yung mga bata who might need further diagnosis or further assessment. And then when you identify that, that's when you lead them to the appropriate professional. So hopefully within your school, you already have your physical therapists, occupational therapists, and then speech pathologists and other professionals. So para they're already included in the system na kapag you've screened the children and then you figured out na, oh, this specific child has difficulties with focusing. Oh wait, language nga pala tayo. Um, so this child has a specific problem in phonemic awareness. So, ililid mo na agad siya to a speech language pathologist, and then dapat yung speech language pathologist na yon is provided for ng administration ng school with all of the training and all of the materials that she would need or he would need for proper diagnosis. And then progress monitoring and outcome assessments. Yun yung typical no formative and summative assessments that we are more used to. And then
Mhm.
for professional development, so meetings, workshops. Oh wait, so yung first na type of workshop is workshops to discuss the implementation of assessment tools such as PALS and the SOL. So itong dalawang examples that I gave here, PALS is for phonemic awareness and then SOL is for comprehension. So yeah, it's very important. Like I said earlier na yung mga professionals, they are provided with a proper training and workshop para alam nila how to use the materials that they are given. And then, workshops to discuss the implementation of software programs. So, dahil nga technology keeps on changing, we cannot expect that the teachers are always going to be up to date with all of those. So, whatever you plan to implement in your curriculum, you have to make sure na ready yung mga teachers on how to fully implement that. Tapos yung last type of workshop is to discuss is for the use of digital tools. So like the use of iPad. So for example, like I really advocated na yung mga professionals they're given um, iPads for free ng school. That's something na sinuggest ko sa boss ko na hindi siya pumayag. Because I really think that it's important na yun nga, you have software, for example, I'm the administrator and then I've come to know about this software program and I feel that it would work. Pero as a single person, I will not be able to know everything that's going on. So, yung mga teachers who are working for me might have a better idea, and I should give them that those digital devices for them to be able to access those on their own, try it out on their own, and then eventually to suggest it to their coworkers or even suggest it to the administration itself. And then for administrative support, so of course a library, should there should be internet access and again digital devices. And then for monitoring and evaluation of the program, conducting interviews with the students, teachers, and administrators. So it's very important to get all of their opinions. And I think, yeah, I'm actually thinking if I should add parents here, but yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should. I feel like I should add parent input as well.
Mm. Kasi they
Yeah.
are ano, one of the stakeholders
Mm-mm.
kasi ang parents, even the
Yeah.
alumni.
Yeah. Mm-mm. So I think anybody na involved dun sa um, well-being, I guess, ng school and of the
Mm.
students, um, they should be taken into consideration. If it's possible to get their
Mm.
input, that'll be great. And then answering reading instruction observation forms. So this is actually a form that I found. I think this is probably in one of the resources that we were given. And then creating program sustainability plans. So itong sustainability plans, meron itong example dun sa Virginia Department of Education if you want to look at that. So ang maganda doon is they actually have a long-term plan na yung katulad ng sinasabi ko before, Eden, na kailangan meron kayong plan on when you are going to evaluate your
Mm.
program.
Mm.
So that's where this is.
Timetable, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where the sustainability plan comes in na
Mm.
meron kayo na, okay, right now we are at this part of the program and then within
Mm.
6 months, we're going to check how it's working and then yung sustainability program I plan, it's going to include also all of the facets that have to be kept to support the program. So yun nga, laging nakasulat doon. I guess everything that I've written here, each check, is this being followed? Is this being followed?
May checklist, may timetable,
So,
may checklist, yeah.
mm, yeah,
Tsaka every
so,
checklist siguro may parang ano ba, AB, yung parang if hindi 'to siya na parang pa siyang nagiging flowchart ba, 'no?
yes, oo. Oo,
Mm.
so para, um, for example, you've already gone through the first semester and then you see that ito yung mga results nung pagkaka-evaluate mo ng program, you would know exactly what went wrong and you would know
Mhm.
what changes you have to do to move
Hmm,
forward.
that's a
Ayun,
flowchart.
so, mhm. So yeah, that's it. It's very simple. It's just an outline.
It's very specific. I like yung ano kasi gusto ang kaya sinasabi ko sa'yo, Maika, na ano, na very idealistic yung sa akin is because it's broad. Ang
Hmm.
sa'yo naman, even sa case study mo, it's very specific. So, I think yun
Mhm.
yung ano,
Mas okay pag specific,
oo, kasi naano mo,
targeted.
nata-target mo yung needs talaga nila. Tsaka na-evaluate 'pag specific kasi yung ano mo, na-evaluate mo talaga sila isa-isa. Whereas yung kung
Mm-mm.
very broad yung scope mo, saan ang area, anong i-evaluate, saang area ba? Yung parang gano'n ba 'no? So,
Mhm.
dapat may mga specifics ka talaga, parang maggagawa ka lang ng rubric 'di ba, ng metric. So, in as
Mm.
kaya magandang ano siya. Sige na, gawin na natin yung ano natin kasi meron na tayong mga kasi sabi mo 'di ba din, Maika, na ano, yung gagawa ka nga ng materials mo for those kasi, you
Yes.
find wala ka talagang maano na fit talaga na material for the program. So,
Oo.
might as well gawa ka na lang ng ano,
Mm.
both digital and print na mga materials for it. Mm.
Yeah.
Ang
Mhm.
galing ng ano mo, Maika.
Iba talaga pag
Thanks.
ano, yung
Oo,
sa experience ni Teacher Micah.
as in,
Sino ba yung isa? Si Teacher Tanya ba yun?
Tanya.
Tanya. Ang
April.
tagal na
Ayun.
natin siya nakikita.
Oo,
Kaya nga
very
eh.
busy siya sa ano niya, line of work.
Mm-mm.
Maano din siguro 'no, very challenging din siguro talaga yung ano 'no, yung tawag nito, yung gano'n ba, yung sa yung kayo ba na mga specialist yung
Yeah, ako ang napapansin ko, yung, I guess yung difference is that kada isang bata, sobrang ibang-iba niya compared to other children. So, wala ka masyadong magawang copy-paste. Parang gano'n. Na
mm,
halimbawa, meron kang isang student na, yung kinikwento ko before, na 18 years old. Tapos, ang goal niya na is very functional. So like, tuturuan mo na siya how to have a business.
Mm.
Tuturuan
mm.
mo na siya how to take care of herself because she's already a teenager. Tapos, so ibang research yon, ibang workshop yon. Tapos, you're gonna have a student na 2 years old, hindi nagsasalita. So, ayun, ibang research na naman yon.
True,
I
true.
get, yeah, I guess I could say na
Ayun na.
it's difficult in that.
Prayer warriors na.
Oh, sige, oh, go, Micah. Mamaya pa yan sila mag-start, mga 9:30.
Yeah, that's it. Na parang feeling ko
Mm.
actually, a lot of the hard work comes from preparing for the sessions. Kasi nga, ano talaga, kailangan mo talaga mag-research. Like,
Mm.
natatawa ko, meron akong isang student na ang session namin is only an hour. Pero I prepare for his session for 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Pero yeah, ganun yun. That's part of the work.
Grabe. Kaya talagang ano 'no, kung hindi ka dedicated sa work mo, hindi, wala talagang yung, "Bahala ka na diyan, kung ano na lang yung maibibigay ko sa'yo, yun na."
Oh my God. Kung pwede ko nga lang sabihin sa kanya na bahala ka.
Mag-ano na tayo, Maika, mag-ano ka na, gawa ka na din ng YouTube mo for learning.
Oh my, pangarap ko nga yan. Chos.
Oo. Kasi gagawa na din ako nung ano, para kay Sir John ba, na to start lang sa, kasi may ano pala ako, may WordPress pala ako, di ba dati may WordPress ako. Guys, ko lang idagdag na lang doon yung parang sa menu na lang niya, idagdag ko na
Pwede. Vlogging.
yung ano, yung mga worksheets, materials na pwede nilang
Yeah.
ma-download. At least doon na lang for now. Charot.
Ano, Miss Eden, sa Twinkle, ang dami ko ng mga nagawa na sarili kong worksheet sa Twinkle. So, if you wanna try it out, very useful niya. Tapos, I'm not sure, pero kasi sa Twinkle, you couldn't sell your stuff there. Pero, I feel like it's possible na gagawin mo yung worksheet in Twinkle and then you sell it on TPT or FT, ganun.
Mas maganda talaga kung marami tayo as a team, no? Kasi lahat isang site na lang tayo, tas different na lang yung focus natin. For example, Maika for grade school, so ako for high school. So, depende na sa atin kung ano. Tas doon na yung makikita nila.
Oo nga, no?
Tas ma-monetize na yun kasi 'di ba when you buy a domain na ano na yun. Ang domain kasi parang $100 a year.
Not bad.
For a year.
Siguro
sa Twinkle, pwede yan, yung may sarili kang ano sa Twinkle, like yung para siyang blog site din, yung Twinkle na yan. Hindi ko kasi natry, ang WordPress kasi ako.
Hindi, ang Twinkle, ano siya, para siyang Pinterest. Pero,
okay.
So, subscription siya actually. So, you could have access to anything in it for free because you already paid for it in advance. Parang ganun. But it's not so expensive because I think it's like 300, 400 per month. Tapos, gamit na gamit ko talaga siya. Like, feeling ko nalulugi sila sa akin.
Nalulugi.
Mostly, for primary, meron din, for middle school and high school.
Yeah, oo. Ang scope nila doon is from kindergarten hanggang high school, I believe.
Okay. Try ko nga yan. Malapit na ang school.
Hindi ka pa ready.
Gusto ko pa matulog tsaka mag-Netflix. Ano na, Sir John?
Magsasawa ka din kaka-Netflix mo. Mauubos mo rin yan.
Ay, naku, hindi talaga naubos, sir. Uy, hindi mo naubos.
Ganun ba?
Oo, kasi may, ano ba yan, si pamangkin ko, tumatawag. Uy! Chat ko nga, be, may kausap pa ako. Ayun. So, yun, yung ang galing, Maika, na-inspired nga ako magagawa, kaya na natin unahin na lang muna natin yung mga yung mga learning tools. For example, like YouTube, yung websites natin. Kasi for example, for me, may blog site na ako, tapos lagyan ko lang yun ng menu na bago. Tapos doon yung mga sa materials ba. Pwede kasi yung for example, gagawa ka ng Maika, ng free blog site. Tapos, pwede kasi siyang ma-upgrade kung marami ng materials doon ba. Tapos gusto mo na i-monetize yun, pwede mo na siyang ma-upgrade into paid domain.
Okay.
So, for now, siguro gagawa lang tayo nung free website muna ba?
Yeah.
Kasi arrange muna natin kung ano ang gusto nating look doon, tapos mga materials. Since marami ka ng material, so pwede ka nang actually to start start na doon ba magawa. I think i-upload mo doon sa website mo na yun. Tas,
yeah, definitely.
Oo, ganun na lang yung ang first plan na lang. Kasi matagal pa. Madami-dami na yan eh. Madami-dami na yung mga na yan. Dadami din yan for in a year. Dadami na din yan.
Yeah, kasi ano talaga gumagawa ako on a regular basis eh. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, ang dami kong students na ginagawan ko ng worksheets eh. So, mag-accumulate talaga siya.
Mm. True. So,
Mm.
yun. Gusto mo gawan kita ng WordPress?
Sige, I wanna try it. Sige, sige,
Sige,
sige.
sige.
Let's see
Minsan
ano yung
gawa
magawa.
tayo, yung ano ba, minsan gawa na natin yun ngayon, yung ano, yung like, yung ikaw sa primary, tas ako sa high school. Yung ganun ba?
Yeah, sure.
Isang
Oo.
website na lang tayo. Kailan ba ang free
Oo.
time mo? Ako, I'm sure meron pa ako this week. Hindi
Mm.
ko kasi din alam kung talagang next week na yung klase. Tentative na lang.
Mm. I guess I'm free on Saturdays. Saturday afternoon and evening, I'm free.
Mm. Sige, baka wala akong demo class on Saturday. Wala pa naman akong
Mm.
receive na memo. So pwede natin
Mm.
upuan yun. Gawa tayo ng website, WordPress.
That is so exciting.
Oo. Gawa natin yun kasi kailangan din i-place yung lahat ng mga
Right.
like yung
Mm.
saan para tawag nito. Para alam mo din kung ano ba paano gawin at saan mo
Mm.
ilalagay, saan ganun. Gawin
Yeah.
natin yun. Start na tayo, magpo-follow din yan sila. Kita mo.
Yeah, oo. I feel like it's good kapag medyo nagawa na natin and then we could actually show them how it looks. So, baka
Mm.
ma-encourage sila to join
Oo.
up.
Yes, gawin natin yun, Micah. 2 to 3 hours kaya natin gawin yung website na yun.
Okay. Wala akong experience sa pag-design ng website. So, you have to guide me.
Oo naman, sure. Or pwede na natin gawin na isahan na lang tayong website for that materials. Pero gagawin ko pa kasi ang mga ginagawa ko kasing worksheets dati is very pa ba, yung mga word lang muna tapos yung
Oh,
mga
okay.
tables, oo.
Yeah.
But then, sabay tayong gawin yun na lang tayo, mag-share screen lang tayo pag ginagawa
Mm.
natin yun para, madali lang siya actually para ka lang nag-Facebook.
Okay.
Oo.
Sige. So, kung user-friendly naman siya, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be fine.
Oo. User-friendly talaga siya tapos start ka na gawa doon ng like mga lesson plan, yung mga gano'n, excited ako talaga. Tapos
Yeah.
materials
I
na,
feel like
'no?
parang pwede natin siyang gawin na bank ng mga ideas
Yes,
natin
exactly. That's what
na
mm.
I feel like whatever we imagine, like let's just put it there. Tapos, like probably yun nga, when yung sinabi mo na when we're ready to monetize and when we feel like enough na yung laman ng website to be interesting to other people, yeah, we can
Mm.
start small, of
Yeah,
course.
start small lang tapos basta
Mm,
mayroon na naman tayo. At least may archive na tayo ba for
yeah,
those things kaysa
true.
naman na naaano lang sa natin sa laptop natin or sa
Mm-hmm.
naano lang siya doon at natatago
Tambay
lang
lang
sa
siya doon.
wall. Oo. Tapos minsan hindi na nga na-access, 'di ba? But at
Yeah.
least kung meron tayong archive in that way is at least
Mm-mm.
ma-revisit natin, ma-develop pa pala natin ng more yung mga
Mm-hmm.
oh, very exciting. Gawin
Okay.
natin on the Saturdays.
Yes.
Nasabihan natin si Sir John hindi na nakabalik. Sabihan natin sila na
Yes.
na
Sabihan na natin sila, like, dito sa
group
message
chat.
para they could already think about it. Tapos masabihan na nila tayo if they're interested para
Oo,
we
to
could
join.
already set a meeting.
Mm.
Okay.
So, mga sa Saturday, mga 4 siguro, no? Okay
I
ka na
guess so. Yeah,
4?
oo, kasi ang work ko naman ng Saturday morning lang eh. So, I'm free in the afternoon and evenings.
Same ba kayo ng Philippine time ka ba?
Hindi, pareho tayo ng time.
Talaga?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oo.
Okay, that's good. Hindi na ako
Yeah, wala tayong
mag-adjust.
masyado problema with that.
Oo, that's good. Kasi nung mga 6:42, bumaba ako kasi
Mm.
hinatid ko yung food dun sa friend ko, ng mama ng bata ba. Tapos sabi niya, "Te, ba't nandito ka pa? Di ba may review ka?" Sabi ko, "Oo, mamaya pa." "Di ba 6 ang review mo?" Tapos kinalculate ko, ano nga yun, 8. Ay, sorry ba, kinakabahan naman ako sa'yo. Sabi Ayun. Sige, Maika, sa ano i-ano natin i-chat natin mamaya sa group, or
Mm,
yeah, we can tell them na
okay.
may initial plan na tayo
Yeah.
for what we've had,
Mm,
project, long-term project. Sige.
mm,
Thank you so much, Maika. It's inspiring
Eden.
talaga yung ano mo, yung mga ano mo, gawa mo.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to it.
Me too. Excited na ako talaga, super. Kasi
Okay, thanks.
pag ako lang, hindi ko siya magagawa ng ako lang.
I know, it's hard pag ikaw lang. Kailangan meron kang accountability partner.
Oo, yung alam mo yung last 2 years ago ko pa yata siyang plan na gagawa talaga ng ganito.
Mm-mm.
Pag start ko ng siguro long term ko na talaga siya na plan. Tas nung
Yeah.
nag-MOU na tayo, yung kung parang unti-unti, parang
Yeah.
may nabubuong concept ba. Tsaka just
Mm-mm.
at the back of my mind lang. Tsaka yung na ano na natin yung mga reading programs hanggang sa, oo pala no, bakit ko hindi sila itatap? Para kung ako lang kasi, ang tagal ko na niyang plano, pero hindi ko talaga siya
Mm-mm.
magawa. Kaya very ano talaga, as a team magagawa. Mga books authors nga, 'di ba? Ano si team talaga sila. So,
Yeah.
talaga push natin 'to, Maika. I'm sure pag
Yeah.
maka-start tayo kahit na may mga time na medyo ano tayo passive, in the long run
Mm-mm.
kung maano talaga 'yan, magagawa natin talaga 'yan. For sure 'yan.
Yeah.
I'm so positive.
Mm-hmm.
Sige, Maika, thank you so much.
Thank
Hintay na yung
you.
dalawang kaano ko.
Good night, Miss
Good
Eden. Thank
night.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.